All right, we're apparently live. Not live. This is recording.
This is recording. If you're listening now, it's definitely not live. If you're listening now, you're probably Google trying to figure out if our favorite color is red and shit.
It knows. It does know. It's wild.
And it plays with you.
So how have you been? You moved jobs.
I did.
Moved locations of jobs.
It's nice. It is nice. I'm working with people closer to my age, so they're people that didn't go to
80?
college or fucked up in college. So work at a coffee shop. So
People like their coffee these days
can't live without it. And you know how I
guess.
know that?
Because you work at a coffee shop.
No, because I can't live without it. And I'm not really that special for a 29-year-old. We all need coffee right now.
Yeah, coffee's alright. You can take it or leave it.
Says the guy who drinks cases of Mountain Dew.
Not necessarily anymore.
Anymore?
Yeah, I haven't had a, aside from this pack, I mean, it was, probably a few weeks before. I don't know, whatever. I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that's really ever not been in your life. Just saying.
It's diet now. See that shit.
Good for you, man.
Fucked up.
Right. You know, though, as far as diet,
it starts out being like, well, this is better than water.
As far as diet drinks go, though, Mountain Dew is one of the best. Yeah. Diet Dr. Pepper pretty much tastes like Dr. Pepper, which isn't that good to begin with. So, if you have to,
I started really enjoying water.
Water's actually good.
So, but it'll kill you. You know, there's pharmaceuticals in the water.
I figured out really good ways
Inactives, they say.
Well, isn't some of that good for your teeth and shit? Like the fluoride and some of that shit's kind of
it's supposed to be. They put it in there for that reason. Like they put calcium in the water.
Oh, I thought they put it in there for other reasons.
You know, be better for you. Maybe they put it in there to clean the pipes.
Do you think the water that comes through our faucet has calories? I wonder. That'd be interesting.
I don't think so. It's just got rubbish in it.
Rubbish.
It's all rubbish.
Vitamin water from the faucet.
We can assume it's for our benefit.
Well, that's what they're going to tell us, at least. Hey, some would say.
Some would say.
I've chosen to drink out of the Mickey glass.
I see that. I saw him. I took note of that. Or noticed.
I didn't see the Mickey part first. I just saw, I think it was this thing, and it has some kind of tree on it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't notice the Mickey ears behind it. But I was like, oh, I want to drink out of that. And then it turned out to be a Mickey glass, which made it even better. Been keeping up on the Olympics or anything?
Not really. I heard the USA lost to Canada today in hockey. Just because from Twitter.
Twitter's how you get your news these days, I bet.
Well,
it's easy to get news from Twitter.
No. I mean,
it's a convenient way to get
Olympic news. I get the rest of my news from Google.
Oh, see, I get my news from NPR. But it's all fast, easy ways to get
I'm not paying attention
news.
to the Olympic stuff, so I'm like, technology, local. Like those 8 people that have been slain in the last,
48 hours.
Fucking hours.
I think 7 people have been murdered in 8 hours or vice versa in Indianapolis, which I knew that per capita we had a pretty decent homicide rate. But what's really strange is these people were all connected.
Yeah. Well, no, they said that in each case the murderer was probably somebody they knew.
Oh, that makes more sense.
They're saying the murderers aren't connected, but they were trying to assure everybody.
They did say connected though, so that's why I got confused.
What they were saying was that
the murderer knew the victim.
Yeah. So they were trying to say that they weren't random acts of violence.
Right, okay.
They were trying to, keep everybody calm in case everybody thinks, is somebody going around and just randomly killing people? And they're like, no.
I was like,
they knew the people. They probably got angry.
I got excited. I was like, we got a serial killer.
They probably knew the people that killed them, so,
We've had some fucked up people, though, in Indiana.
Did you see the 4 people that were killed over in that Beech Grove home? It was, last night or whatever? They found 4 people dead.
What?
That's part of the 8 in,
They probably
2 days.
They probably knew each other.
Well, they found 4 people dead from gun trauma in the home, is what they're saying. And I saw a picture of the 4 people, and they're all like mugshots. So, like, 4 criminals they found dead in a house. Drug dealing, probably.
Well,
East Grove,
obviously.
Man. Grovers, I don't know.
Well, I love the South Side, even.
South side of
part of
Minneapolis is
that.
good.
No, well, I mean, we got some different kinds of people, but like we got some okay people. Apparently, we got a murderer or 2.
That's not so bad.
I mean, people want to talk shit about the South Side, but I'm like, you can't really talk about the South Side when you're from the East Side, bitch. Shut up. Like,
I feel like it's probably not a home invasion.
Absolutely not. I mean, when I heard you say that, I was like, oh, these people died in a basement in a shootout, like, while they're fighting over some coke or some. Well, it's Beech Grove. Like, what kind of drug would that be? It could be meth. In Beech Grove.
The possibilities, man, endless.
They were all white, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, and I think the girl looked like she did have meth face. I'm thinking meth.
Seen the picture, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I saw a flash of a picture before my shitty phone crashed.
Of course it did.
Yeah, it does. It is a Windows phone. It's like the cheapest Nokia, though, that they have. I would take my very first Nokia, which was the shitty ass. My dad always called them candy bar phones, but I don't think other people called them candy bar phones.
Oh, the old school Nokias?
Well, they were.
That's an internet game,
It was like the second school of Nokia phones, because I didn't get a phone until I was like 18.
Yeah, you probably had the old school Nokia.
There were other Nokias other than what I had that were like more popular than the one that I had. But I had a jewel fucking looking case. It was the shit. What?
That's lame.
No, I was so good at Snake, bitch. I would rather have that phone than this phone right now.
Man, I had Snake on a Motorola.
Well, I had the old school Snake. Did you have the old school?
It was on a flip phone.
You know what I remember that you
fucking
had.
Texted
You
like
know what
this?
I had that. You had something that I was jealous of that got you in trouble the day you got expelled. I always wanted a great Game Boy printer.
Game Boy printer, the Game Boy camera and shit. Gangster.
Nobody had that. You had that.
I had the Game Boy, man.
Nobody else had. I had a Game Boy. I didn't have a Game Boy printer.
I got a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, but Fat John's sock carries tits, though. Oh, and then he killed himself. I wonder if that's what did it.
Yeah, I feel like I heard that.
Yeah, and that's sad. He got really thin, too. He, lost a bunch of weight and then killed himself.
Well, gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, it's his shit, whatever, man. That's what you think. That's alright.
That's what he thinks.
I love little jokes like that. People. I have every pre-setting in my car as NPR because when people get in, they want to change the station almost.
That's rude, man.
And so they always go for the settings first, and it's 90.1 WFYI all the time.
You should never change somebody's settings. Not this one?
No, it was the generation right after that.
Oh, well then, that's not cool then.
It was cool, bitch. I had a cool cell phone case. It was bright green. I put hot pink.
This is the meme,
That was when I was dressing. Oh, I didn't see the meme.
You know what I mean? But, like, that's the phone the meme's based on. Because you could drop it and it would never break. It would break the earth, shit like that.
If I Googled Nokia meme with that. I want to see that.
I was on about setting up my router, that's for sure.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see some Nokia.
Not setting up, flashing third-party firmware to the router.
Hold on. Don't talk yet. Shut up.
Nokia 3310.
Okay, Nokia meme. Vibrates in your pocket, breaks your leg. Don't get it. Vibrates in your pocket, breaks your leg.
It's hardcore. It's like indestructible.
Find this cell phone at home, Snake. Started from the bottom. Now my whole team fucking here. Oh, it's black and white screen, no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no camera pros. The only way to destroy it. is to
Look up
take it
Nokia
here.
meme.
What?
To the listeners, they can look up Nokia meme at home and probably see what we're seeing. Fuck off. We're not going to make it too easy for you.
Well,
Maybe we'll
it
post
also
some on
the
the website.
funniest one, the
I guess we could do
funniest one
that.
so far though was definitely the Lord of the Rings one. That was fantastic.
We'll post some pictures online. It'll be funny.
I've been really into Jesus jokes lately.
Like, name a few.
Well,
I'll
I
tell you
came
about
up
my
with
fucked
one.
up dream if I haven't
came
already.
up with one. Well, actually, I've come up with a couple, but most of them have been lame. But there's this one girl at work that likes them. So
You came
the one
up, okay,
is,
so
why did Jesus cross the road?
I don't know.
Because it was a crosswalk.
See, I was afraid that it wasn't going to be funny, and it wasn't.
Oh, well, no need to fear, Matt Warland. Actually, that was need to fear because he said it wasn't going to be funny.
And it wasn't.
Right, so you should be terrified right now.
Because the next one's going to be even worse.
I gotta think of
Don't do that. Think of somebody else's Jesus jokes.
Oh, not mine? Oh. That's awful. Jesus memes are funny. The BRB one's kind of funny.
So memes, right? Those are great.
It's gonna sound retarded hipster, but I think I invented memes.
Wow. I'm pretty sure you didn't.
I know, but I've been doing them for a really long ass time. Real long ass time. My sister will tell you I invented them, though.
Well, she would say anything that you told her to say.
No, that bitch does not listen to me one bit. She came up with that on her own. I didn't even realize that I had invented memes until she was like, dude, you invented memes. She didn't really say it like I would say it, but she said it in those words. Or in similar words.
She lied to you.
You said something about a dream.
Oh, I killed Jesus in a dream once.
Fantastic.
It was
You
interesting.
have a Jew nose.
I drew a comic of the dream, and since I can only draw stick figures, it's one of those types of comics. Stick figure comics.
Can I see it?
I don't know. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere.
Why
It
would you
exists.
lose that kind of thing?
Because I also drew something about why I don't get haircuts because I get my head cut off by stick figures.
Did you ever see my hipstick comics?
I think so, yes.
A couple of those were funny, I think.
Those are good. What happened to those?
Melissa turned out to be a raging fucking cunt.
Ah, good time to cunt. I like to say that word, cunt.
She was like in those comics, so I deactivated my Facebook because I hated Facebook, which I still hate Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook still sucks. Definitely.
Yeah, I
still
just,
sucks.
if I don't look at it, I don't really have a problem with
Fucking
it.
armpit of the internet.
That's just what I think. My favorite quote on Facebook is like the quote section is, "I don't have a Facebook."
Yeah. I think that's true.
I hate Facebook.
You know, I think you would.
What?
I think you would.
Think I would what?
Hate Facebook?
Why wouldn't you? I don't understand why. Oh man, Facebook is therapy for people. That's repulsive.
Yeah, that's true.
People think they can say anything.
And they they shouldn't say anything, and they should really spell check. It's not a good look.
No,
you
I
go to
think
school,
you know what
and
I
you're taught
think,
how to
Matt.
write,
No.
and then
Listen,
you just fucking.
this is a whole thing that they have trained their fucking brains to type that way. They type that way because they have, which means they have the ability to be smart.
Wrong is wrong.
They choose the wrong way. This is a moral thing. It's not
really
them.
not. They're that bad at grammar.
No, they choose it.
The ones I'm
I
talking
know
about.
these bitches got the same exact education I got, and I did not do well. I do not type like that. This is an intellectual choice that these assholes have made to type like fucking assholes.
No, I just think they don't know how.
Have you
correctly.
seen a teenager type? Have you seen a teenager type?
That's how I type.
You don't type to me like that. There's no way you do.
I fucking.
No, I'm not talking about speed. I'm
With
talking
Basil.
about they hit U, R, whatever after that, they hit just the U and the R. They have trained their fucking brains.
That's not even the bad grammar I'm talking about, though.
Oh no, bad grammar. Yeah, that sucks too. I know that they have the same education I did too, but I'm not as pissed off at
Fucking it up. And then just like
I'm not
misspellings
even that
of
good
names
at it, but
and
I'm
words,
like, okay,
like they hit the wrong
like,
key and don't care.
I
That
don't
thing
think
happens. I see that on
well,
my feed. I hide people that do that on my feed that hit the wrong key and just don't care and don't go backspace and
I don't know how to do
they don't
that.
proofread. They just throw it out there and they've got the wrong letter at the front of a word or in the middle of a word, you know, because their finger hit that and they didn't fucking proofread. Just read it once.
Just proofread.
Just fucking read it once, then hit send. Type it, read it once, then hit send.
On my phone, it sucks, but I don't really type it, like, put enough shit on Facebook to have to proofread. It's probably usually just like a sentence.
I mean, I tweet prolifically.
You twit. Oh, yeah, you do twit prolifically. You absolutely do that. Another description of you. What was the other description of you that was perfect today?
What description? Jackass?
No, that was, I guess, the first one. The second one, you were standing over there. Oh, man. Remember, I was like, that is the perfect description of you. It was funny. Prolific.
Did you see my Instagram penis I saw?
When did you post that?
Like fucking 2 days ago, apparently.
Alright, I need to see this.
I made a typo. Didn't catch the autocorrect. It corrected me. Pressed go. The second I realized it, I was like, God damn it, I didn't want to delete it, though. The last few times I've done it, I've deleted the entire post. If I tweet and
oh, wait a minute. Every time I don't even like think of you as anything but Addie Man. I always look at, you might be Addie Man in my phone, but like I always think that that's your username for some reason, and it never is.
I think my comment that corrected myself fixed it.
Oh, I thought it looked more like most would see a peace sign without the circle. I saw pins. Penis goddamn to autocorrect. I type penis all the time. Get it together.
Fixed.
Who's Troutman? Which one? Oh, that's your mom. Awesome. That's awesome. I wish well, actually, you know what? I can say a lot of shit to my mom. A lot of people are embarrassed to be who they are in front of their mom. I'm mostly okay with being who I am in front of my mom.
So she knows about your bank robbing days.
Well, I guess the internet does now, so thank you.
You're welcome.
And it wasn't a bank, it was like just a place that had a lot of money.
Puppy mill.
What? Wow! I'm okay with pretending I'm a bank robber, not a robber of puppy milk. Okay? We can pretend I'm a bank robber all day long.
Did you see the...
Did I see the one? You just stopped there, you asshole. Do you want the rest?
Sure.
Isn't this beautiful?
It's alright.
Isn't it really beautiful now?
37.
Best number in the world. Look at it. Isn't that fucking gorgeous? Just that number?
Yeah.
How do you not have half a chub right now? Look at that number. 37.
That's prime, right?
Yeah, bitch, it is. Are you serious? 2 primes. Well, I guess 2 primes always are going to be in.
37 is a prime number.
Well, I know, but like, both of these are primes, so you know that it's going to be primes. But like, I mean, they're
12
both
is a prime.
2 isn't a prime.
Yeah, it is. It's only divisible by itself in 1.
I thought that if both numbers were a prime,
15 isn't a prime. 3
wow,
and 5.
Why is that a rule of prime that I've thought has happened forever, and it's not a rule at all?
I'm here to help.
You're smarter than I am. At least book smarter. At least book smarter than I am. But look at that number.
In all reality, we really should have been naming numbers faster.
Yeah, you're smarter than what you just displayed, actually. But look
I'm
at it.
feeling a little dumb right now.
You are a little dumb right
12,
now. That's the best prime of all.
15. Wait for it. I've got more.
Look at it. Just look.
I guess after that, it's all doubles.
Isn't that a sexy number?
37. It's a Kevin Smith reference.
I noticed that he has like a shirt that he wears that has 37 on it.
It's from Clerks. It's a Kevin Smith
I
reference.
actually have never seen the very first Clerks.
You should watch the very first Clerks. It's not great.
Wait a minute, is 37 the dicks thing? Is that
Yeah.
the number of dicks? Okay, because like when I've talked to people
37.
about this number, they've told me about 37 dicks. Like they always say, wait, what do they say? Like in a row? They always say that after 37. After I tell 37 is my favorite number. That means dicks, right? 37 dicks sucked in a row. Okay.
He runs out the store. His girlfriend leaves. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
I wish I'd suck 37 dicks. God. That'd be a way fewer number.
Maybe he said it inside. Whatever. It's been a while. Not a fan.
Of Clerks 1?
Yeah,
I
Clerks
did
1
like
is.
Clerks.
I get it, and I understand its popularity. Not a big fan of black and white.
True that. It's
That's
just
how
kinda weird to
lame
watch.
my
That's probably
excuse
the only-
gets.
I've started Clerks several
Love
times.
Clerks too,
But
though.
it's really, I don't know, it makes it a little less, or a little boring to me, like to watch something in black
I
and
mean,
white.
there are parts of it that are hilarious.
I'm gonna have to watch it
There
someday
are parts
because I
that
do
are
like
great.
Kevin Smith. Okay, so he does wear a jersey though that always has 37 on it.
Yeah.
I assume that was like his favorite hockey player or
No,
something.
references is
37 dicks every
Thir-
time.
37 dicks
Because
in a
every
row.
picture I've seen of him, he's got like a 37 jersey on.
yeah, basically he wears hockey jerseys because they hide how fat he is. I don't really think he's all that fat.
Not anymore. I think he's had fat stages. But yeah, 37. I've loved 37
That's really
since
bad,
it,
really.
37 became my favorite number when I started parking in space 237 at Franklin Central.
That's weird.
For some reason, 37. It was just a number that I noticed and saw how sexy it was. Because I mean, look at it.
It's it's a number.
It's aesthetically pleasing. Check this shit out.
I mean, it's a better number because it's prime.
Well, all numbers are better that are prime.
Yes.
Period.
That's why I got married on the date I got married.
Yeah, I wanted actually to get married on it, but I ended up not getting married. Maybe that's why I'm getting a divorce.
2011?
I wasn't on a prime.
That whole number 2011 is prime.
Yeah, how often is that gonna happen?
More often than you think, but it's it's still cool.
Oh. Yeah.
May not happen for another 15, 20 years, something like that, but still. I think it happens more often than that, actually. Maybe 6 years. 6 or 7, not obviously not constant, but.
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't think it would be a years. I think it would. Oh, I guess it would have to be.
At least.
Ooh. It's got to be like a 5-point-something years.
I mean, if you did it on average. Ish. But 7 is prime.
Is it?
Yes. And 23 is prime. That's how I remember it.
Oh, I guess I didn't remember it. I just understood that was you were talking about your wedding date there.
Yeah.
7/23/2011. That's a pretty number together. I like that. It's got both my numbers in it. It's good.
It's prime.
Right. I know.
Unless
That's
the calendar changes. And if the calendar changes, then I'm just going to be kind of angry.
You'll probably be dead before that happens.
I'll probably write a strongly worded letter to my senator
You should do that before they do it.
and the Pope. Like, you gotta change this shit, homie. Make it so. With fucking magic wand and whatnot. Let's do this.
At
Bring
the
back
time
my
you got
calendar.
married wasn't a prime though.
I don't know. I don't remember when that was.
It was like 5:30 or 4:30. I don't know. No, it was earlier, I think, than that.
I think it was midnight.
No, and in that case, no, it was not a prime then.
0 is prime.
Your mom's prime. Optimus. What? What'd you say?
Who?
Did you say 0 is not a prime?
I think it might not be a prime.
No, 0 is not even divisible by 1.
Right.
It's its own thing.
It's 0.
Yeah.
There's
So I guess that means it's not a prime. It's got its own category.
0.
0. It is nothing.
You know what I hate?
Nothing. Everything?
No. I.
Information?
No.
You?
Imaginary number.
Eyeball.
I.
Oh, I forgot all about that. What's that gonna do? I forget.
It's the square root of -1.
Oh.
It doesn't exist. Negatives don't have square roots. It's not a thing. You can't multiply a number by itself and get a negative. So it's not a real number. It's not real. It can't be real.
Okay.
The square root of -1
Wouldn't
does
that
not
just
exist.
be a 1?
Nope. 1
No,
times
that
1
would
is
be.
1.
Wait.
-1 times -1 is 1.
That defies all the math I know.
I'm saying it's fucking stupid. It's not a real number. But it's a real thing in math. Is
I'm
the
a
square
little
root of
pissed
-1.
off now.
Does it make you angry? It makes me angry.
Well, it kind of makes me angry that I did a whole bunch of work with that thing.
Yeah. It's not real though. Because it's the square root of -1.
Did you have
It's not a real number. It doesn't exist.
Mr. Bateman?
It's like just making shit up.
Did you ever have Mr. Bateman?
Like fucking refrigerator door times 2. It's not a thing. Stop that.
What? Stop that. Did you have Mr.
Yeah,
Bateman?
Mr. Bateman.
Master Bateman?
Yeah. He was also like the assistant coach on the JV team or something.
He sucked, but like most of the math teachers
He was
at our
alright. He was
school
nice
were
enough.
fun. Mr. Rocky was probably the coolest. With his fucking, we had a couple
I didn't
weird
have Mr.
handed
Rocky.
people. Mr. Rocky was a shit. He was missing like a thumb or a pinky. One of those was missing. And then Dr. Nickel, who had
He was awesome though.
constantly rocking the rock on hands because he had that shriveled up fucking stub of a limb
Yeah, but he was way cool.
with 2 appendages coming off it
I love that dude.
in a rock
His
sign.
class was so
No, I
fucking
love Dr.
interesting.
Nickel. He was the shit. Plus, his daughter was hot as fuck.
Yes. I remember that to be true, but she was younger.
Oh, she was like 3 years younger.
Yeah, not okay.
No, okay. Really? Really? You're not okay with that? We were like juniors when she was a freshman.
Yeah, so what were we, like 17? So she was what, 14?
14.
Yeah, a little young. You might be a pedophile.
No, she was developed. She was developed into a 16 or 17 at least.
That doesn't mean anything, though.
I bet she's fucking smoking now. It does mean something. It's okay. Nick Decker dated her when he was a senior and she was a freshman.
That's just wrong.
They were both hot. She progressed. Apparently you didn't see her.
I don't
She
know.
was hot as fuck.
I don't know if Nate Deckard was hot, though.
No, I mean, he was weird hot. He still is weird hot, but like, he's not hot. We should have him as a guest. That'd be fun. I still
Okay.
talk to him every now and then.
Cool.
I think his parents live like down the street, like in the subdivision.
That's weird.
It's not that weird. A lot of people. You live in a big subdivision.
Well, you know, I feel like there's a lot of vacant houses.
Well, now it's kind of like the,
I think the economy
one
might
of
be
the
bad.
white ghettos of
Oh,
Southeast
no,
side.
not that bad.
Some parts are a little sketchy.
This neighborhood?
Yeah.
No.
They're not Arlington Acres.
Yeah.
But it's...
See, that's what I compare.
Farmville Downs is like the second Arlington Acres now.
Yeah, probably.
It's
I can see
getting
that.
there.
I can
It's
see
getting
that.
there. I
A lot of
mean,
trash
I'm-
moved in.
Long trash bread there.
That happened too. Megan went back there too, so. Gangster.
Maybe it's just... I mean... It's not our fault we were raised on the south side.
And what does that make us better?
That makes us white trash.
Huh.
Me and Megan, at least.
Yeah, you and Megan definitely.
Wow.
Oh
I'm
no!
actually a little bit butthurt right now. I'm a little butthurt.
You can't say that on the internet anymore because people get mad. I don't know why.
What?
People get butthurt, and when you say it, people get angry. They're like, "Butthurt? That's inappropriate." Inappropriate? Take a cock in your ass.
I want that to be my answer for everything. Inappropriate. Take a cock in your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. You son of a bitch.
Hey.
Heyo. No, it's
So
good.
about
Cock in
that
your ass.
HJR3.
Smooth. Yeah, whatever. It's retarded.
Yeah, we're backwards as fuck.
It's getting better though. Say that.
Like, you know, Indiana's
I keep
really not
thinking
that
I'm
south,
holding out.
so I keep forgetting how red the state is.
Yeah, because like some of the
'Cause we're
people
not
are
that
okay.
south.
Yeah, some of the people are okay. Some of the
Unlike-
people are okay. There are okay people that live here. We have a tiny bit of culture. I mean, we are a big enough city that we have a tiny bit.
I
And
just
it's
worry
creeping its
that
way.
our legislature does not accurately represent us.
Why do you worry about that? That's a goddamn fact.
And things are going to get put on a ballot, and they'll get defeated, but it's really sad that it goes that far.
Well, if you really
There's
think
really
that,
not-
Matt, you need to quit going to your Catholic churches and your shits. You can be Catholic, but you shouldn't support the people that are making it that way.
What?
Whoa. Did I just, like, go to a bad place?
No, but that's not how it is, though.
It could be.
It's not the Catholics.
No,
The
but
Pope's
it's
like,
Christianity still.
We tolerate all
Burrowing
people.
their way.
Not
into
Christianity
government.
for sure, but not Catholicism. No, we're much more tolerant now. We don't, they're not allowed to get married in the church, but this is the church. We're not like, you can't do it. We're like, you can't do it here. You can do it. Not here though.
Okay, that's all right.
That's the argument I was having with that idiot on Megan's
yeah.
Facebook.
Let's talk about that.
Because he somehow, I don't even understand what was his problem or his misunderstanding.
Okay, what was
But he
this?
wouldn't.
Start from the beginning. Let's.
Megan
hear
posted about
this.
something how she was sick.
Megan, our friend. Megan.
She was sick of, backward ass Indiana or whatever, because it's, the House had just passed the HJR3.
Is that
to
what the
Senate and
status
the
said?
state.
And when was this?
Basically, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks ago, whenever it passed from the House to the
Should we
Senate.
talk about what HJR3 is?
And, it's a potential amendment to the Constitution that would ban gay marriage, which, is nonsense. The courts are going to overturn it if it ever saw the light of day. I don't think it stands a chance. But it somehow made it through the House because it got moved to a different committee. The committee it was in was not going to pass it to the floor to vote on. It was going to reject it. And so the speaker, I believe the Speaker of the House, moved it to a committee that was more favorable to getting it onto the floor. And it's like, and everybody was like, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, I've done this before. It's like, let's make it okay. It's not right to do that. You give it to a committee to investigate it, to, try to figure out whether it should go to the floor or not, and then you take it away from them when the tide starts to turn. It's messed up. But it made it through the House, and she was sick, and blah, blah, blah.
One of the first things.
And so, and so everybody, posted and was like, well, that sucks. It's still got to go to the Senate, and, if they do it, it doesn't make it law. It's still got to go with a ballot, and we got to vote on it. It's not something that they can just do. Constitutional amendments had to be voted on. And then he comes on and he's like, well, I've got nothing against gay people, but they shouldn't, I don't think they need to get married. And I'm like, what? What the fuck is happening? And
I think anybody should get married. I
he
mean,
somehow was, in the beginning, was somehow trying to make the point that they shouldn't get married under any religion that uses a Bible. That was one of his points. And I'm like, so what's that have to do with the law?
government.
What's that have to do with anything? They can get married under the judge or anybody else who will, agree to marry them. It doesn't have to be a Bible.
Are you talking at your church right now, or are you talking like on the floor? What are you doing?
You're talking to me?
No, I'm talking to that guy.
Yeah. So.
no, not.
So anyway, I was like, "What are you talking about, man? That's crazy." And he wouldn't ever address me directly. He just kept saying crazier shit. Like, the next thing was, well, the government shouldn't, they shouldn't, churches shouldn't be forced to marry them if they don't believe in it. I'm like,
whoa!
You have a serious misunderstanding of the laws.
Motherfucker! Oh my god!
This is gonna.
Please tell me you schooled this bitch.
I schooled the fuck out of him.
All right.
Maybe I should pull it up.
Maybe you should.
And just read it, because it's fucking
This
hilarious.
is a meme.
We'll leave,
This is a meme.
Hopefully it's still there, but vamp for a while and I'll find it.
Vamp?
That's apparently a term for filling time by doing.
I started LARPing.
Oh no.
Don't want to talk about that.
No. Jen's over here abusing my pet.
I do no such things, and I do not do crazy things with puppy mills, or mills.
Except rob them.
No.
Oh Jesus, it's gonna take forever to find this thing. Yeah, 2014. Keep going.
I'm not gonna pick you up, I promise. I love you. I'm so sorry that I hurt you. I won't do it again.
Do you fucks know that fucking person that died? They got shot, the pizza guy?
Daniel Jafke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
What's that about?
Apparently he was like delivering pizza and some guy shot him and stole his car.
Why you guys know him?
I know him. He is my friend's best friend. And actually I know him through a couple different people. He was just a nice guy. He knew everybody. Knew a shit ton of people. He was a musician, played around town a lot in a few local bands. Talented. It's weird. Though, several people from our class have died. A couple of suicides. Car accidents.
Yeah. It's way back. I'm still looking for it. Keep going with your nonsense, for sure. Don't fucking let it drop.
Which knee is bad?
All knees are bad.
Why would you wear work pants right now?
Why would you
when I'm
kick
coming
me
over?
like a crazy person?
Because that's our relationship's pretty violent. Matt. Don't you remember?
Hey. What the shit is wrong with you?
Well, now I'm trying to make them dirty.
What the fuck are you doing?
Making your pants dirty. Because
Okay,
you
this
shouldn't
went.
be wearing work pants right now.
This went way too far back.
My God. Don't you have a notification you can go through?
No, I went back to. I'm popular. What can I say?
No.
I went back to the beginning and it wasn't there.
Is there any chocolate in that? Okay. I figured. I should have asked that first. I won't be a dickhole, and that noise was not meant to alarm you or hurt you. Hey, buddy.
I don't think it shows things I commented on. That's rough. But anyway, he was saying crazy things. Then he was saying stuff about the Bible says you shouldn't do it, and so, you shouldn't get married on a book, on any Bible.
What does that have
And
to
I'm
do
like,
with
but
the law?
I tried to tell them there are plenty of Christian denominations which would marry gay
You know
people.
what? I can't stand it when someone fights a religious thing with a religious thing. Like, if you're trying to tell this person they're wrong, you shouldn't have to tell them beyond the point that it's government, not religion. You shouldn't have to argue a religious point with a religious
Yeah,
point.
it was fun. I kept messing with him.
No.
And then he was like, so if it's all about equality, because I was like, it's not even about gay marriage, it's about marriage equality. People got to, everyone should be able to get married because straight marriage isn't, great. It's got a 50% fail rate, over 50%. That's crazy. You defend traditional marriage and it's, over 50%. What's up? How traditional should it be?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you going to be hungry at any point?
No.
Okay.
He kept saying crazy things, and then he asked me about my position on, marijuana legalization.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Was this all on Megan's feed?
Yeah. It was all about equality. He said, then what about should pot be legalized? And I was like, okay,
all drugs should be legalized.
Cause that's where he's going. You see it coming.
Yeah.
I saw it coming too. And I said, well, that's a whole nother thing that's totally unrelated. I mean, I'm talking about human equality for humans. Cannabis should be legalized because of its, clinically proven health benefits and it being, 1 gazillion times safer than tobacco and alcohol. But that's a whole nother thing. That's not
a
about
whole
equality.
different feed.
Getting the legalization argument isn't about equality. The marriage equality is about equality between people. Marijuana has nothing to do with equality. It has to do with corrupt politicians and bad laws passed for bad reasons that just won't come off the goddamn books. But he then led into that. So if pot should be legalized, which I think it should too, he says. But if all things are equal, then all drugs would have to be legalized, or else pot can't be legalized. And I was like, well, you're committing a lot of logical fallacies, but besides that point, yeah, all drugs should be legalized because we've clearly proven that putting people in prison for doing drugs doesn't stop them from doing drugs.
No.
And doesn't stop them from doing drugs again on the outside.
But
even more.
Does help them fucking cost taxpayers money.
And also they learn other crimes in the jails.
Yeah.
But that's, that's a little discriminatory. But
that's a whole nother feed.
So
this guy's gone off on 2 tangents that you could talk about with him.
And I feel
exponentially, but in 2 different categories.
I feel I'm fairly correct on this, and the studies are in my favor in this respect, and that yes, all drugs should be legal because rehab is more efficient at stopping drug abuse than putting people in prison. And the police could spend their time on, crimes with victims. You don't send them to jail for the nonsense. It doesn't work. I mean, we've got years and years of proof that doesn't work.
No, I mean
what are
you
we
just have
for?
to look at this
Is it going to
state's
start working at some
recidivism
point?
rate. You just have to look at.
But anyway, that's what I told him. And then, he comes back with, well, in other countries, well, no, he said, so you would have. Can
I guess what his next
Go
topic
for it.
was?
Go for it.
Guns?
No.
Oh, no, okay.
He said you would have people allowed to do heroin outside of restaurants where you would eat with your children. And I said, okay, well, one, businesses are private property, and they can choose who is allowed on their property and who is not. And if a business has practices that allow drug abusers on their property, then you can choose not to go to that business. Furthermore, the children are not stupid. That is a parent's job to make sure those children aren't dumb enough to see people doing heroin and think, that's a goddamn good idea.
Oh my God, that guy looks like he's really making it.
Yeah, that looks like a great life.
I want to
for
be
me.
that junkie.
Look at
when
his
I
stained
grow
shirt with his fucking heroin needle. That looks, you know what? That's the life, baby. He looks happy. I was like, people are, that's a parent's duty. And he's like, well, not all parents are good parents. I'm like, that's a problem. Not the drugs problem.
Right.
That's
not
a
the
parental
drugs
problem. They need to learn. It's inappropriate for your children to think that's cool. You're doing a bad job. You know, and he was like, well, in other countries where drugs are legal, they, you know, people smoke in restaurants if you don't think they do, or they do cocaine in the middle of a restaurant or shoot up heroin. I'm like, you're just making stuff up now, but no, they don't.
Actually,
I looked it up.
they do that here.
Well,
At clubs.
I furthermore
they
looked
do
up
that here.
in what countries drugs were legal, and the list is like one or two, and they're not like real places. Okay, let's be real, they're not real places. So his evidence was made up. It's really frustrating arguing with somebody who's just saying words that don't, you know. And I saw a meme on the internet that said, you know, it had a pigeon and said arguing with an idiot is like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter what you do, he's just gonna shit all over the board and strut around like he won anyway. And I thought, and I saw this weeks later, and I thought, yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's
I
no
don't,
help.
I don't understand most of your trolling because that's what it is.
Well, that wasn't even trolling. I was just this guy. I couldn't let it pass, and I.
But
texted
you weren't
Megan at some
educating
point,
him.
and I was
It's
like,
not even worth your time. You weren't educating that kind of human.
yeah,
like
I
that
thought
kind of
at some
human
point he might read
is
my previous post.
unteachable.
I also posted a link to all the, you know, the other 10 to 12 things that send you straight to hell that Leviticus has in them, along with, you know, gay sex being wrong. You can't wear clothing of mixed fabric. So get rid of that polyester and shit. You're going straight to hell for that.
Spandex.
You
What was
can't
that guy's
eat
name?
shellfish.
I want to see this guy.
You can't eat pigs. You can't do any of that. You're going straight to hell. There's a lot of things in Leviticus that you're not supposed to do that people do every day. Because the Old Testament's crazy. God was angry, okay? He was a little angry. And it's written by crazy people.
I wish I had my keyboard because you want to know what I want to get into right now?
I assume some sort of song.
Well, just an intro for Bible lessons. I want to hear a story. A Bible story.
A Bible story.
Told psychedelic M style. You can pick, though I would like it to be Old Testament.
Well, the wife and I were reading the book of Ezekiel at one point.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I can make some little keyboard thing happen here if you want.
Go for it.
Do you want it to be like gospel-y? What do you want it to be like?
What the fuck is your problem?
I'm consulting my...
Don't do gospel. That's partner. Really lame.
I don't know anything else.
Well, don't do anything.
All right.
No Bible lesson.
Okay. No. We'll just go straight ahead to the Bible lesson.
So Ezekiel, right?
Zeke.
This book is fucked up. God is...
Should we have a smoke while you're telling the story?
Angry. I don't know.
I think you do.
Let's just pause.
I don't know, because we'll go on to something else and forget about Bible lessons.
What?
We'll forget about Bible
But it's
lessons.
not really that much of a lesson.
I love fiction.
And parables. Oh, that's kind of nice. He's always like telling a story to convey a message. He's not saying this happened
So he's Dr.
and yada
Seuss.
yada. He's saying, let me tell you a story. There's this guy, right? And he's you know,
Blah,
the
blah.
prodigal son, you know, blah blah blah. He leaves.
Jesus.
No, it's a story that Jesus tells, a parable.
Well, I would say you're a straight dog, but
So anyway,
Zeke.
in Ezekiel, God is like really angry with the Hebrew people. He's all like, I gave you guys like everything, and you keep not doing what I told you to do. It's really kind of making me angry and shit. So I'm gonna like smite you. So stop it. And then they're like, nah, fuck it. And so then pestilence, plagues, bad times. The fucking I don't know Babylonians or whoever come fucking marauding in. They come fucking marauding in. Slaughter a whole bunch of people. Ezekiel being the prophet of God in this, saying God says that fucking they're coming for us, man. God says they're gonna slaughter the city. They're gonna come in and fucking bloodshed everywhere. And people are like, nah, fuck it. And the Babylonians came, whoever, I don't know, might not have been Babylonians. I'll say that now. And slaughtered a whole bunch of people. God was pissed at the Hebrews and Ezekiel. That's Bible lesson. Bible
Wait a
lesson.
minute. Why
God
was
was angry
he?
in the Old Testament, wicked angry,
Okay.
all the time.
Why?
Because they weren't doing what he had told them to do. He laid down laws for them. He'd say, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do this. This pleases me. Blah blah blah. And then,
Didn't he know they were gonna do that?
well, yeah, but he gave them a chance, man. He gave humans a free will. They could change that future.
Was that all about Zeke?
Yeah, that's it.
I want to
Just
know
angry.
some Bible lessons. I want to know some stories. I don't know shit about the Bible.
That's because it's nothing to know, man. It's the Bible. It gives you it's wonderful stories that teach a message. But the Old Testament too often times is taken very literally. When Jesus came, who we say is our Lord and Savior, the Son of God, and he did nothing but speak in parables, man. They're like, Jesus, what do you think of this? And he's like, you know what? Let me tell you a story. let me illustrate what I think of this by telling you a story.
Okay, we can go in.
So what else should we talk about?
You want to talk about food?
Yeah, I think we should end it.
Hmm?
I think we should end it. Go out in style.
We have so much style, you and I.
Would you like to end it? Make it end somehow.
This has been Some Would Say with Genital and Psychedelic M.
Thanks for listening.